Okay, so this is the chapter 3 review. It says given A is a negative 2, 3, under which reflection is A prime 2, 3. It's either a reflection under the y-axis, a reflection under the x-axis, a reflection of the origin, or a reflection of y equals 2. Okay? Now, most of your questions on the test are multiple choice, but this is the only one I did that was multiple choice because it obviously takes a while. So, anybody got an answer for this? Yes, Tyra.
I think it's B.
Okay, it's B. Okay, reflect across the x-axis is what she says. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that? We have to hurry, guys, or it's not. So you got to be prepared. You sure? I don't think it is.
Y. Oh.
I think it's reflected across the y-axis. Now, it can be either on the test or quiz. All right? Okay, let's take a look at number 2. Reflecting across two parallel lines will result in a what? Well, this was yesterday's assignment. Reflecting across two parallel lines. It's a translation. I can't do these, guys. This has to be you. So it's a translation. And you can go back and watch the video if you want. You can just sit and watch now, or you whatever. But I'm just telling you, we can't sit here and take 15 minutes on each problem. Reflecting across two intersecting lines will result in a what? I think you better look that one up. I'm moving on. So, I mean, like I told you, we have to be prepared. I have 15 questions. But you should know this from yesterday.
Is it rotation? Oh, wait. Yeah, rotation.
What is the next one? Number 4, what is the image of B 4, 7 along a translation of vector and negative 2, 5? How do you do this one?
You have to move 4, 7 to the left, 5.
Okay, so can I just take this 4 minus 2 up 5? Or minus
So
2?
it'll be 2, 12.
It'd be 2, 12,
Yeah.
and that's B prime, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Point M is a negative 3 and negative 5 is rotated 90 degrees about the origin. What are the coordinates of M prime?
No, 90 is, it'd be negative 5, 3.
This is what she says. Is that true?
No, yes, it's 5,
You better look it up.
it's 5, negative 3. Oh yeah, you can make the X. It'd be
Negative 5, 3. Yeah, it's negative 5, 3. No, it's 5 negative 3. It's 5 negative
5, negative.
You better figure it out.
It's 5, negative 3.
Now, some of these might be wrong, so I'm just going with what you said. Oh, I just erased that, sorry. ABC has vertices A, 3 and negative 2, B and negative 1, 5, and C and negative 4, negative 2, and is reflected in the line X equals 3, so that's a vertical line, correct? What is the coordinates of B prime? All I want is B prime. It's not necessary for you to do A prime or C prime, right? So, you're going to go to 3. How far is it away from 3?
It's 4 away from 3.
So what's my X value?
You have 4.
Just say it.
7.
She thinks it's 7, 5. The 5 is not going to change, is it? No. Make sure you got the 7 right. Okay, once again, I'm going to move on. All right. Okay, so this is number 7. 7. A figure is reflected in two intersecting lines, form an angle of 20 degrees. How many degrees will the figure be rotated? Is Chinny the only one answering these? Your answer is what? 46 degrees. Point C is a -4 and -6 is reflected in the line y equals x. What are the coordinates of, well, this should say C prime. Okay, that's right. I'll ask you in a minute, I gotta change this. What is it? 4, 6. Everybody in agreement on that? All right. The point X, a -5, 2 is rotated about the origin to X prime 2, 5. How many degrees was the point rotated? What rotation was that?
Isn't it 270?
I'm hearing 270.
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta know those, right?
Number 8 is wrong.
Number 8 is
It's
wrong.
supposed to be 4, -6.
It should be -6, -4.
That's what I thought. I thought it was X, Y, and Z flipped both around.
-6, -4.
Yeah.
Did you double check it? We're sure about this now. Okay, a figure is reflected in two parallel lines that are 1.5 inches apart. How far is the figure translated?
Yeah.
3 inches?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, number 11. Point B is 5 and -2 is translated 2 units down, reflected in the y-axis. Find the coordinates of B prime. So you're gonna go 2 inches down, it's translated 2 inches down, and then it's reflected across the y-axis. What are the new what are the new?
Is that a 3 or a 5?
That's a 5.
So if we go 2 units down, it'll be 5, -4. Right?
That's 2 units.
Two units down would be
5, -4. It's reflected across the y-axis.
So it'd be a -5.
Yeah, it's -5, -4.
Yeah, because 2 units down, you go over 5 and you go down
So you're
2.
doing it right. You're in the bottom.
Yeah. You go over 5 and it's -2, so you go down 2 more to be a -4, right? Okay. That's what you said.
Okay. Fun watching you debate. All right, let's take a look at this. Point Y is a -2, 4, is rotated 90 degrees about the origin, reflected over the x-axis. Find the coordinates of Y prime.
It's a -y and -x, or -yx, so wouldn't it be -4, 2, -2? -4, -2?
Fine.
I'm-
-4,
This is-
-2.
I'm neutral. I'm just the writer. Figure it out. Are you saying -4 and -2? That's your final answer?
No, not that.
Oh, okay, well,
You have to reflect over the x. So it's not. negative
Two
4, 2.
Two origins. So there'd be.
What? Yeah, oh,
Negative-
yeah.
Negative.
Negative 4, 2.
Four.
Yeah. Negative 4, 2.
Yeah, negative
Yeah.
four.
Negative 4. It's negative 4, 2. Negative 4, 2.
Hold up, hold up.
Yeah, it's negative 4, 2. That's right.
What if you buy double prime?
Yes,
Yeah, negative 14.
you're right, it would be negative 4, 2. Yeah, you're right. And so was the last one, right?
That's what I thought.
It's a B double prime, and, cause it's a glide reflection, right?
Do we have to put the first prime?
What's that?
The first prime.
No, not if the answer doesn't ask for it, okay? If the answer doesn't ask for it, no. No. All right, 13, find the magnitude of the rotational symmetry in a regular hexagon. Find the magnitude.
6.
Like, no.
360 divided by 6. It's not
Yeah.
the same figure. 360 divided by 6.
I'm hearing 60 degrees. Okay, what's the order of that? 6. The order is 6. The order of symmetry is 6. The magnitude is 60 degrees.
Rotate 6 times and be the same.
Right. Okay. All right, so this one says, now you're gonna graph the new figure after the translation, x of y, x minus 2, y plus 4. If A is this, B is this, and C is this, label it. So this is actually a graphing one, okay? I don't know if you wanna use your own graph paper or somebody wanted to put it up on the board, but you're gonna actually graph this one, okay? So go ahead and if somebody wants to put it on the coordinate plane. A originally is a negative 3, 5, negative 3, 5. B is a negative 1, a negative 2. And C is 2, a negative 2. So we're gonna use a translation of xy, x minus 2, y plus 4. So you're gonna move all the, and just, you don't have to use a straight edge, just, you do on the test, but for right now, just freehand it, just draw that.
So it'd be negative 1. X minus 2, or is it?
Is it minus?
It's x minus 2.
Could be,
Oh, so it'd be
so it'd be negative
Yeah,
5.
negative 5.
What's C? Negative 5. Negative 5, 9.
Could somebody just take A and move it 2 left and 4 up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just do it physically too, can't you? And we call that point A prime, all right?
B.
And now draw that triangle. Do you agree with this?
Yes.
Okay. Now I want you on your paper somewhere, would you do number 15? We're not gonna do it now, but I want you to just draw it out. It says draw the image of the figure for a 60-degree rotation about P. Remember, we always rotate counterclockwise. When we're done with the review, we will go over this one, okay? When we're done with the review, we'll go over this one. So just draw it out. You might want to use a straight edge for the triangle, and then leave it, and we'll come back to it, okay? Put P approximately to the right there, and then we're gonna go 60 degrees. Remember, we go counterclockwise, so we're going this way, right? And we'll do this. So you have to bring a protractor in order to do this test, right? Okay, does everybody have it drawn? Okay, all right, I'm gonna remove this, and we have another problem here. It says, write a rule to describe each translation, and this is your translation. So I want a rule, the correct way to write it. Now, which are we going? Are we going from blue to red or red to blue? How do you know it's red to blue? Okay, because we got primes, right? So how do we write this? How do we write this? Okay, that's the translation vector, isn't it? There's one on there like that. You'll also have a glide reflection. What does that mean? Okay, so let's go ahead and just use the red one again. We're gonna have a glide reflection. So it might be, this is number 17. Okay, number 17. So what do you gotta have in order to have a glide reflection? You gotta have a vector, and what else? What's that? Okay, so, and then we have to have something reflected over, right? Alright, so let's say that we have a vector, we have a vector of, let's go, a -3, -2, okay? And then we're gonna reflect it over x equals a -2, okay? So we're gonna reflect it over x equals -2. So on it, okay, one of the things that some students do is they just, I'm gonna switch colors, right? But I'm gonna put points here where the vector is, but I'm not gonna draw the triangle. Why am I not gonna draw the triangle? What's that?
Don't you have to move it again?
Yeah, I have to do it again, so I'm just gonna, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move A. And which way do I go with it? Left 3, so this is A prime, right? And then B is left, down 2. And C is left 3, down 2, right? Is C there? Oops. Right here?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm just gonna mark that. Then what I'm gonna do is, I'll choose a different color, okay? And I wanna go I'm gonna reflect it over x equals 2. That's this line here, isn't it? It's this line here, right? Yes. Okay, so what I wanna do then is take each point to it and away, right? So this is A double prime. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then C is 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. I went to C, right? What do I need to do? There we go. So, and you're gonna use a straight edge, but is this correct? Okay. And so you'll have to do a glide reflection. Alright? You'll also have some symmetry problems, you know, so I'll draw a figure, you know, like this. Wow, that's a lovely figure, isn't it? Let's do this. Start like this. And I'll do something like this, and I say, does it have line symmetry?
No,
Does it have rotational symmetry?
no.
No, but I might throw something at you like this. Does it have line symmetry? Yes, so it'd be right here, wouldn't it? Right? You have to draw that. Or I might say, how about here? Is there one there? Is there one here? Here. Okay, so no. Does it have rotational symmetry? No, it does not, does it? But if it does, if something does, for example, if I have an equilateral triangle, you have to give me the center of rotation, which we normally is the center of it, and then you would have to give me the order, which is in this case, if this is an equilateral triangle, this is 3, and what's my magnitude? 120 degrees. Is there any questions about that? Okay, so a lot of the questions have to do with rotations and reflections and translations and finding the new coordinates of them, right? So you have to know the rotations of 90, 180, and 270. You got to know those points. And then you have to know also how to translate, move a point, okay, physically and just with a coordinate plane. And then you got to be able to reflect them and give the coordinates, okay? Any questions on that? All right, that is your review for this test. It is multiple choice. A lot of them are. Oh.